Whew, this tea is life. Life, life. Whew. Let's do this thing, y'all. Let's do it. Let's go. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is Adventist Nerd. I'm Lisa. Let's get into it. So today on Adventist Nerd, we're going to be talking about why you're still single. I know. I'm about to help you out. You're not about to be single for too much longer. If you listen to what I'm saying, you know? So here are 5 reasons why I think you're still single. You're way too picky. Your list is longer than the freaking Nile, okay? You're like, I want a guy, he has to be Japanese and Indian, and he has to be rich, and he has to fly unicorns. Or I want a big booty girl who also you know, can cook and clean and do all my housework, and she got to be able to do it naked. Like, what? Really? Like, I'm gonna need you to like bring it down like 1,000 notches. Yeah, no. Basically, if you for the most part can't embody or do the things you're asking someone else to do, you need to cut it out. You need to just a list of deal breakers, things that you absolutely won't compromise on. So absolutely cannot be a smoker, or absolutely has to be family oriented. Make these lists of absolute deal breakers of things that you must have in a person or can't have in a person, and the rest really is just white noise. Like, who cares if he's blonde and you date guys with dark hair? Doesn't really matter. Who cares if she has a bob but you like girls with long hair? It really doesn't matter. White noise, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna find every single thing on your list for someone that you're looking for. And being too critical and too picky in a relationship or dating in general, it turns people off, because they're like, excuse me, like, can you stop judging me and can you stop bringing me down? Can you try to like just enjoy this moment and enjoy me as a person? It's really annoying, to be honest with you, when you're always picking someone apart. And that's one of the reasons why you probably didn't get that second date. Just say it, you know, just say. Looking way too hard in all the wrong places. You know, you need to meet a good old person in church. Nah, I'm playing. But there are some bad places that you can meet people, like the club, bars, the gym, and work. But damn, Lisa, that's all the places I meet people. I know. That's why you still single, right? It's alright. I'm gonna help you out. These places, some of these places show people at like their extremes. If you go to a bar or a club, find someone at a club really dressed up because they're trying to look nice. They're trying to, like, on purpose, impress people. And then by the end of the night, these people are really, really drunk. So they're doing stuff that they wouldn't do in regular circumstances. So they might be fun now, but they might not be that way when they sober up. And if you're going to the gym to meet someone, you come to the gym to work out. You're not trying to like find a date. You're trying to work out. And work, that just gets way too complicated. Like, come on, common sense, people. Just too complicated, okay? So if you're trying to find people in all these places, you might want to step out of the box a little bit and look in places like maybe social events. There's meetup.com. You can find people who share your interests in a lot of different things. That's a great place to meet people. You know, going to bookstores. I know that sounds so like, what time period do we live in? I know, but unless you're online dating, and I'm not talking about Tinder because that's not online dating, but I digress. That's another story. Unless you're online dating, these are kind of the places you go to meet people. You know, normal, like, everyday social circumstances. So try that out. You have a fear of intimacy. You have a fear of really truly being vulnerable and connecting with people. Most people claim that they want a loving relationship and a great loving partner, but as soon as it's time for you to open up and for you to give a little more than the surface, you start pushing people away and you start kind of freaking out about the entire situation. That does not open you up to new relationships and new experiences. Sometimes we start to punish people because they're liking us too much, and we start to push them away, and we start to do really mean things that closes us off from being really open and really vulnerable with this person and achieving a next level of closeness. A lot of people can only tolerate certain amounts of intimacy, so no one's expected to just open up everything all at once. However, you do kind of have to, peel back the layers a little at a time. Not a, all at once thing, but it can't be as soon as it happens. You're like, well, nope, that's it. I can't. You're liking me too much. You're doing too much. Like, you're too extra. Work out that fear of being close to someone and that fear of intimacy, and that's the way you're gonna progress and not be single anymore. Because you have low self-esteem or a lack of confidence, a lot of times people feel like, well, I don't think that there's anyone out there who would actually be interested in me. So we all get a little bit critical of ourselves, and we have an inner voice telling us, oh, you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that. But some of us have a really mean inner voice and a really mean critical thought process. It's like, oh, you're too fat, you're too ugly, he's never gonna want you. Oh, she's probably thinking you're so stupid. It's like a lot going through your mind that's preventing you and making you think that you're not good enough for someone out there. You're not good enough to be in a relationship. That lack of confidence kind of gives off signals of not being open, because it's kind of a catch-22 where you're wanting to be in a relationship, but you're not truly allowing yourself to be out there. You're very closed off. And you might think, well, I go out, I go to places, I do social things, but people often go off of vibes. So if you're having a hard time when you go out and you barely even leave the spot that you walk in, and you're in that spot the entire night, you look around the room and you're just like, oh, let me not look too hard before people think I'm doing too much. That critical inner voice, that lack of confidence is closing you off and giving you a closed off vibe, and nobody is attracted to that. You're not going to bring people in if you're closed off, if you're giving a vibe that, well, I'm not good enough. Well, people are gonna think that too. So some of that lack of confidence may be stemming from things that we're not too okay with within ourselves. So some of it might be made up, but some of it might be real. And what we have to do is just work on it. Work to make sure that you gain confidence in that area, because you're actually working on it. If you think these are the things people are thinking and that's something you want to work on, then work on it. Otherwise, you're just as beautiful and fabulous and smart as you really are, and you have to believe that, and you have to have the confidence so that people can feel that and see that, so that you can be successful in any relationship you get into. You have unhealthy attractions. You're attracted to all the wrong people. At times we tend to date less than ideal people based on thoughts or actions or things that we subconsciously don't even realize that we're doing. I mean, for example, if you have a mother who constantly tells you, well, you need to get a man who will look after you. Subconsciously, no matter what you do, you're gonna gear towards a guy who will look after you. Now, whether or not this guy is the right person for you, if he's beating you up, if he's verbally abusive, all these things all you're thinking in your mind is that, well, I need a guy who can take care of me. You're not really thinking through, what type of healthy relationship do I need? You could even be making your own money and be able to take care of yourself, but subconsciously, because you grew up with that and because someone is pounding that into your head, you're just like, well, no matter what the situation is, I need to be in a relationship with a guy who can take care of me no matter what flaws he has. Times we seek out people that have tendencies that were instilled in us based on childhood things. So if you saw your parents fighting a lot when you're a child, for whatever reason, you're gonna always pick a fight in your relationship because that's where you feel comfortable. That's how you see relationships. So you feel like it's okay to always be fighting with someone. And for someone who doesn't like that, it may be exhausting to them, and they just may be like, I can't do this. Like, I can't be in a relationship with someone who's always fighting me. I don't want that. And you're like, well, I don't understand, because this is what a relationship is supposed to be like. I'm supposed to always be fighting this person. We're always supposed to be fighting. And that is not true. And the sad part is that our fears might be holding us back. Our comfortability in whatever it is that we grew up thinking might be holding us back from breaking that pattern, because it is changing, and change is uncomfortable for many people. It causes like high stress and anxiety to change the thing that you've been doing all your life that seems to have been working for you. But obviously it's not working because you're still single and you can't keep a steady relationship. So although it's hard and it's difficult, it's breaking that pattern and changing that tendency that you've probably grown up with your entire life. Breaking something like that is extremely difficult. However, it means a happier future and better relationships and not being single anymore. So it is absolutely worth it to try to break those things. So guys, there you have it. 5 reasons why I think you're still single. If you have any more reasons, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear them. If you've gotten this far in the video, subscribe. I make new videos every Sunday and Wednesday. I think that's today's. Something like that. New videos every Sunday and Wednesday. And if you've liked this, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it so much, give it a thumbs up and let me know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.